this Wednesday with the one man who embraces it like nobody else. Good morning, everybody. Kevin Project.
Kevin Project with the beard. Check this out.
It's my winter beard. The problem is, when I was outside skiing, I have a little bit of gray hair. My wife was like, is that snow and frost? I'm like, no, that's actually gray.
I want to throw mine out too now.
Before we start, I want to do a public service announcement for safety.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Can we just get a close-up of Dina here? Ladies and gentlemen,
Don't do
if
this.
you see this, if you encounter this look on the trails with Dina behind the controls, go somewhere else, honestly.
Don't do this.
And I'm happy you said that because it's actually Snowmobile Safety Week.
Yes.
So you got to be safe. You know, no ice is safe ice. We don't have any snow here, so I had to call the people from On Snow Magazine and said, guys, can you bring some snowmobiles down anyways to Dundas
Yeah,
Square?
I love it. These are mean.
The reality is, if you do want to hit the trails, you kind of got to go to North Bay right now. OFSC has an updated map. That's really where the open trails are, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get some
We'll get more snow. But the other thing, too, is you have to know about these trails. This isn't like a trail in Toronto,
No.
where you go into High Park and you go for about 500 meters and then the trail's done. These are trails that can go for days.
Wow.
And there's maps. All the districts have maps to show you where the trails are, how long they are. So OFSC website has all that for you.
Okay, so what else can we do?
I want to talk about skiing, and I'm happy that you kind of promoted that. I was out Sunday hitting the hills. There's no snow here, but the ski hills were making snow like crazy when we had the cold temperatures. So they have a huge base.
Yeah.
All of the ski resorts are open
Yes.
with almost all of their runs open. So take advantage because I was out Sunday skiing at Snow Valley with plus 5-degree temperatures on the hills. That's pretty
So
sweet.
much fun for the family, and there's a lot of romantic things to do.
Well,
for example, under moonlight and stars, Kev.
That's right.
What could we do?
So the big thing right now, I have to say, skate trails have blown
Yes.
up.
Yeah, huge.
The one just opened, obviously, under the Gardner. But we have trails. Arrowhead Provincial Park was like kind of the one that started, and it's been so popular. But now we have trails at Blue Mountain Resort. We have trails at the Johnson's Cranberry Marsh in Bala.
How long
so
do
picture
they
this.
go?
They're about a 1 kilometer trail
Nice.
length.
And some of them are lit.
They're lit, and they have selected nights where they line them all with tiki torches.
Oh my gosh,
so think
that's
about
so
how
nice.
romantic that'd be. Skating, holding you up so you don't fall.
I was
you know,
going to say,
catching your
what
loved
if you
ones.
can't skate?
So skate trails right now are completely blown up, and the cool part is, like, say if you go to the Johnson's Cranberry Marsh,
Yeah.
then have a little bit of wine.
Oh,
Why not?
And the snowboarding as well
Cute.
is really taking off. Years ago, if you hadn't been to the ski hills for a few years, there wasn't very much offered for snowboarding. There is now as much snowboarding as there is skiing out of the trail.
How
out the hills
adorable.
now.
This is Kevin's actual boots.
These are my boots.
I might grow out of it, or he might grow out of it too.
Isn't it
And I like that you say that. Ski resorts offer good lessons for kids. And this was actually my son Dylan's old
gosh,
board and
so
boots.
cute.
And I want to stress the fact that there's beginner kits. It can get a little pricey once you start getting into bigger ones, but if you want to start your kids early, you can get pretty reasonably priced boards and boots. Make sure they like it first before you start getting into the expensive stuff.
Investing. That's the key. Start them young. At our age, forget it, Kev. You know what I'm saying?
At our age,
have you tried
think for yourself.
Can you snowboard?
I ski. I'm not a big snow. My son, by the way, is a member of the Canadian Ski Patrol, and I want to give a big shout out to Canadian Ski Patrol. They are there making sure the hills are safe. If you get into trouble, they are there at all Ontario resorts.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell a long story, but his son actually had to help me once. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
He injured himself, and who came to your aid? Yes,
Your son. Yeah.
Well, you've come to our age so many times, so thank you so much. And for those who can't ski, there's always snowshoeing.
For sure. Snowshoeing right
Tubing.
now, honestly, is one of those things that will get you out, enjoy the weather, but places like Horseshoe Resort, Snow Valley are doing things like moonlight snowshoe, snowshoeing yoga.
You don't have, and you don't have to have the snowshoes. You can rent them where you don't have to have the skates. You don't have to have the skis.
You don't have to have that stuff. The resorts have this stuff for you. Try it out first, and then if you like it, you can buy it.
How does snowshoeing yoga work? Snowshoeing
It's sort of
yoga.
a downward snow dog.
Smush.
Once you get down, you can't get back up.
I wish that there was you had this all on a website or something like that.
Wouldn't that be
would
nice?
be good. But the good news is we do. OntarioTravel.net has everything you need for winter in Ontario.
All right.
Let's get
Okay,
out
let's
of
go.
here.
Ready?
Oh, let's pause. Pause stand.
Good thing I didn't put the keys in there.
Let's go,
They would have actually gone.
Go on. All right. From Dundas Square at Ontario, Kevin. Give it a shot.